Yay, it finally said someone that I'm live. Good, good, good. Okay, so Mercury retrograde's been playing with my emotions. Who's viewing me? I see there's somebody there. This is round 4. Hello! Yay, yay, yay! So yeah, this is round 4 of me trying to get it to go live. It was a little bit of a project. So can you hear me okay, Champagne? We are gonna break out into some stuff and play. I got my Patreon up. That's super fun. Yay! Hi, Champagne. So glad to hear you. Were you see you here? What's your sign? I'm curious to know what you are looking at. Because I only got half of my readings up. I put them all out last night or Saturday, and they had no they had no sound. So I had to start all over. My apologies. Anyways, Leo Sun. Okay, good. Good to know. So are you Sun Soul Tribe? Curious to know. I don't know about you, but Mercury has been playing with my emotions. All the readings I've done, everybody's been coming up with, coming around with everybody being oversensitive, impulsive decisions, etc., etc. Moods, especially the men. Interestingly enough, the men have had moods. And the funny thing is, we're more practiced at it than they are. And I've been talking about this for weeks. And when they come in and they get a reading, the next thing you know, they're like, I'm saying, well, are you feeling moody? And sure enough, they're feeling moody. So anyways, yes. Do you have a question for me, Champagne? Am I going to pull a card for you since you and me are the ones that are talking to one another? So yes, so I have some fun new things going on. Hi, Posh. Nice to see you. Being a Leo, I'm always on a roller coaster ride. Yeah, that's true. I don't know, but Mercury has been, from what I understand, for those of you astrologists out there, from what I'm seeing, there is some definite, like, I don't know, twists. I lost my shit on Saturday, and I have not done that in, I can't remember. I can't even legit remember the last time I lost my shit. And I was like cussing, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not doing this. Exit the situation. But it's been, so where are you from that you're saying good morning, Posh? I'm in Vegas, so it's 9:53. Oh, so my lives, it's all equipment right now. We have all of these things to play with. And so it's all learning curve. I lost a lot of material and I had to start over, if you were listening. But now we're situated, and I have just a couple more things to put in alignment, and it's going to be great. Yes. Did I make the right choice? Cutting off the Gemini male, Champagne says. So yes, if you guys want access to, some really fun content, I'm starting to upload some really fun and crazy stuff on my Patreon, and there's going to be some giveaways and fun stuff. I'm just getting it all going. So when you're ready, you want to come play with that, let me know. He was being sneaky. Okay, Champagne, let's take a look and see. Sneaky is definitely going to show up. I have some very specific cards that I look for when that's the case. So they're going to be the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, the Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles I will look for if it's something that they're doing with, yeah, I like it. Somebody liked me. Thanks. It makes me happy. Subscribe, share, helps me out. Keeps me on here anyways. Yeah, so I've got some specific cards that will show us what sneaky looks like. You gave me Gemini male, so let's look and see. So first thing I have for him is the Magician. And when the Magician shows up, sometimes they can be a little bit of a charlatan, or they like to be very charismatic with things. So see, this is you, the 8 of Cups. This is you walking away. Thank you. I do. Oh! Scared me to death. I just had a heart attack. Anyways, yeah, so I am looking at the feeling of you walking away. I do see you kind of not having a good attitude toward him. I have the Tower card with things falling apart. I'm also seeing the Five of Swords, so you're absolutely right. That's the card I was looking for sneaky. And looking at that card, it means honestly like doing what you want without considering what other people's feelings are. Yes, he was sneaky, and is the Magician card is the name for him. Yeah. So I think you did the right thing. I also feel like they had an element where they could have been influencing your money a little bit, or they were looking for some money. Yeah, I also feel like he's got someone else. And I'm not saying that there was a cheating component, but this Two of Pentacles shows me that he has a tendency to juggle more than one thing or have things on the back burner. So I would feel comfortable and confident with that was a good choice. Because if you look here, I have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is you walking away and you have fate there. The Wheel of Fortune is telling me that you're putting yourself back in alignment. You did. I do feel like he's got another girl on the burner, honey. So anyway, let me look at some of the stuff that's going on over here. Did you guys anybody look at my videos for training for the YouTube, or I'm sorry, the tarot readings? Because I broke out all my cards and started to pull them out and let you look at them a little bit so you can see what it's like to choose. The dog made me jump. Jesus, I didn't even hear a sound and I just was like out of my chair. Oh, well, Champagne, what I have to say about that though is you say so many lessons, you always bring in jerks. The practice that you have with how you set your boundaries up will get better and better. I talk about in Heart of Dating with Travis Hart, we do our video blog, which I'll be bringing to you guys on Thursday on Patreon. So if you guys subscribe, you'll get to see that. I am doing a Heart of Dating with Travis Hart, and his work with Aubergine Apparel brings awareness and support for domestic violence. But anyways, I have what's called the 7 cardinal, what was it? The 7 signs to look for red flags or good flags. It's not necessarily bad or good. It's just look for these 7 things before you get into a relationship. And one of them is like, let's see, let me think of one. It's the iceberg, right? So they only show you the tip of the iceberg, and they should be in the honeymoon phase for at least, I don't know, 90 days, at least. But they're showing their ass a little sooner. But you can do that by paying attention to how they treat others. Or, let me see, I have it written down for you. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. How about that? I can't think straight when I'm in a reading. Ah, there you go. So the 7, when they're in their honeymoon phase, how are they when you say no? Like, do they pitch a fit, or do they renegotiate? Do they pout? Like, what is happening with them when you say no? There's a lot of things that I talk about with that too. But what are they like in a conflict? Do they yell? Do they throw things? Or do they negotiate? Do they talk with you politely? So all of that stuff comes up. You have an opportunity to either cut it off, or you get to start over, or you get to set your boundaries or play with them. But definitely there's things to look for. You know you're doing your work when your red flags become deal breakers early on and you don't spend any space with that. Yes, the dog made me jump. So you're welcome, Champagne. Very nice of you to join me. But yeah, we're going to be broadcasting that live on Thursday. That's going to be fun. We're going to have a special guest with us. And yeah, we're probably going to be broadcasting live from our 420 little adventure too. So yeah, I'll look into that, Champagne. If it doesn't get too busy, sometimes we get a little overloaded. So yeah, yelling's a big red flag. I mean, even how they treat people when you're out in public, like how they treat, wait staff or other individuals, and like there's 7 of them. Yeah. What's their relationship with money? Like, how are they? Are they generous? Are they coming from fear-based or abundance thinking? Is it scarcity? Are they responsible or irresponsible? Are they wealthy? Are they stingy? Like, I'm not saying any of these things is bad. All I'm saying is pay attention, right? Yeah. Sexual chemistry. There's a bunch of things to look at. But if you pay attention to them early, then it'll become a problem later. And you know what? It's funny where we massage these people in our lives. Well, the chemistry is great. He's just an asshole in public. Or, you know, well, he can kind of be a jerk, but he's just a New Yorker. And so we're going to blame it on culture instead of just common decency, good morals, and integrity. These things, I don't care where you're from. I'm a New Yorker too, but I'm kind. I can be slightly abrasive, but I'm not rude. So just paying attention to, there's lots of things to pay attention to. I might just make a little video on that and pop it on here. So, yeah, does anybody else have a question for me? Most definitely. Are you going champagne? So you have, did you say you had a deck? I'm not sure who it was. I think earlier someone was telling me they had picked out a deck like mine's. No, actually, I think that was Marvel Girl. She was looking at my stuff. Alrighty, so yeah, I got my little setup going, and it's awesome because now I don't have to move things around. It just stays in place. I have my little stones over here for protection, so I have my little Reiki going on. Where's everybody from? I have Champagne and Posh in here with me. You know, it's true, Posh. We don't look at the red signs in the beginning. The red flags. Sometimes we just kind of blow them off because it's not a big deal or whatever. But truly, when you're in the beginning of a relationship, they should be showing you all the shiny things and not be showing you any of the garbage, right? That should be a very small portion, and people need to start acting better for sure. So, any rate, Posh, are you here for a reading, my love? Or are you just chilling and watching the show? It's interesting how I do my readings for my lives because they're definitely different than I do for my personal one-on-one readings. Yeah, look at these babies. There's my babies right there. I've got a Lumerian over here. That's my darling. This thing right here has little striations inside of it that look like, to me anyway, dandelion puffs. And I'm in love with it. And for some reason, I feel like I have to have it next to me all the time. And I just put some chakra colors up here just to remind me to keep a barrier and to draw in the right kind of energy in balance, right? And also another Lumerian. It's been old. I've had it for a while. So, yeah. Hi, Stephanie. So yes, these are my prizes. It's super fun. Oh, my most precious thing of all, I will show you. And I can't believe you guys are interested in this stuff. So this is my pendulum. This thing cost me $150. It is well balanced, pure clear quartz, and it is probably the most accurate thing I've ever used. However, the difference is you don't use it by holding it kind of like this and spinning it. There is a process to it that I learned during my NLP practitioner class. So you have to hold it against, there's a whole process to it. I'd love to teach it sometime. But anyways, you put your elbow flat on the table, flat surface, and then you have a little circular area with, like I usually use this in the middle. And then if you can see this, it's super fun. All right, show me yes. There you go. It's so fun because as you bring your arm back in like a crane, look at that strong yes. It's hard, like you can feel almost cramping in the wrist. So what happens is your trigeminal nerves that come through here innervate directly through your spine, and your dominant hand, if you put the clamp really tight on your finger like that and you angle your hand sharply, it puts tetany on all the muscles. So there is no movement allowed by the body, right? And so as you do this and you position yourself very fine and you sit still, it allows your subconscious mind to speak. So if you watch this carefully, isn't this fun? It will show me no. Show me a stronger no. Yeah, so I get to ask questions with it. And what's kind of cool is you guys can look at this with the camera and you can see how I aim it toward the center and let it just kind of do its thing. So watch. Show me yes. Somebody want to ask a yes or no question? Okay, Posh, since you're up next, ask me a yes or no question that you already know the answer to test it, just for fun. And we'll see how it plays with us. I'm hoping it answers you correctly. Now that I'm doing this whole big ass display and then it doesn't work. Stephanie's like, what? Okay. It's so funny to sit here and read from you guys as I'm... So yeah, so this is awesome. And this is my most prized possession right here. I could show you my other prized possession, but it's like 10 pounds. The client bought me a crystal ball and it's just beautiful. I'll bring that out in the next reading. Anybody want to ask me a yes or no question? We can play with it and see. Show me yes. Yeah, isn't that awesome? I just have to have this a little bit closer to me. Oh, yes or no question, guys. You're just staring at me play with my pendulum. Here's a no. Are you a female? Let's see. I'm getting a no. What does that look like to you? That looks like a no. What are you? I'm going to say you're a man. I don't know. You said dang men earlier, so I'm going to assume you're going to agree with us. Let me know. Art Souls wants to know, am I a healer? We're playing with my pendulum? What? Okay. Are you a healer? Look at that strong yes for Art Souls. Woohoo! That's my girl. Yes, you are. Can you see that strong yes? How cool is that? Can you see my hand at all? Or am I... That is so cool. All right, so are you a healer and are you a female? That was fun. My hand kind of hurts though. So what's the answer? Those were 2 yeses. Can I help you? Go. So those are 2 yeses. What's the answer? Oh, it's a no? So she's a female, but that was a stupid question though. No, it wasn't, but it was not too strong, but I don't care. It was fun. I'm sorry. Anyways, I wonder if Art Souls is a healer. Get off me. She said that was a stupid question though. Well, I don't know if you were watching it. It kind of didn't go in a circle. It kind of went like angled to that way, but I can only go with yes or no. So I had to think it was looking circular because it wasn't exactly going back and forth. Anyways, that was a fun exercise. But anyways, that's how you're supposed to do it. Super fun. I love that little tool. So anybody have any questions for me? Well, I don't know. It felt like a no. Sue. Stephanie Chickmana. It didn't look like that from this far away. Art Souls is a healer. So, any rate, yeah, those are some of my preciouses. And yeah, healed my chubby chicken and my mom from physical pains. I love it. I was trying to think of a question. I couldn't think quick enough. It's okay. You can try another one if we want to. If you guys want to play with it, we can. I don't care. I'm here for y'all. So if you want to hang out and let me do another question for someone, I don't care. I'd be curious to see how accurate it is, aren't you? So if you can think of something. But I'd rather you ask a question you already know the answer to so that we can see if it's accurate. I don't want to play with something. That's why I haven't played with my pendulum, because it's been ridiculously scary accurate at times, but I don't play with it enough to use it with any confidence, because I kind of respect that people come to me with deep questions or important things, and I don't want to give them some bogus information and send them down the wrong road. So any rates, let me turn this off so that I can hear you guys, because I got this in my ear. live. Okay, so now that's out of my way. So anyways, guys, I was really coming on here to go live so I could practice streaming it because it wasn't. This is the 4th attempt. If any of you guys saw me pop up with that, there was 4 attempts to get me live today. So here I am. Ta-da! So if anybody has any other questions, it would be awesome if you could do that so we could play with these cards. That's why I'm here. You know, I can talk all day. We were, let's see. Can I help you? He's super worried. Ooh, there's lots of, ooh, now you know what? See, and this is why I love Art Souls and all my people. So Art Souls, maybe your higher self is a man or more of a masculine energy. Are you masculine energy? I don't know. Were you thinking of a man when you asked the question? Ooh, who liked me? Thanks. That was 2 likes. Any rates, yeah. I don't know. Leave it to Art Souls to ask the right question there. This is why I love YouTube. I'm having a really, really, really hard time playing with other platforms. Yes, you can, Carlos. What's your question, my love? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. Are you a new subscriber, Carlos? Are you sticking around? So yeah, post your question. Keep it simple. I don't do pregnancy questions or timeline really. I can try timeline, but they're not awesome. You'll be disappointed. So, are you on your path to ascension? I got a job. Am I on my path to ascension? Art Souls wants to know. Okay. Here we go. So, Art Souls, I am asking for ascension. I want to see the High Priestess. I want to see the... maybe the Empress, but not so much. I want to see the High Priestess. I want to see the Star card. I want to see the Temperance card. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, baby. I like it. Look at, look at, look at. Okay, so Art Souls, this is awesome. So if you're not on your path to ascension, I don't know what is, because you have the Death card, which is amazing. So that tells me you're struggling a little bit. You just have a couple tweaks to get out of the way, and you are. Why are you fighting things? The Death card tells me most definitely that you're on your way to ascension. You just have a lot of material things and 3D stuff in your way that you're paying attention to. You definitely are, because you have the Death card there. However, these are your obstacles. You have avoidance techniques, sunshine. I'm seeing that you have a tendency to avoid core issues, and that's preventing you from taking a deeper look. I don't know how much time you spend on electronics, but the 3 of Pentacles is telling me that there is a lot of social media playing going on for you. Get these things out of the way. You need to detach, Art Souls. I want you off the internet. Find a day, 24 hours if you can do it, but I'm seeing disconnect for a little bit. The High Priestess is right there, so your answer is yes, but these are all of the things that are going on behind it, darling. We need to talk about that. You know where to find me. So let's see. Carlos, are you asking me a question? Can you ask my spirit guides how I can better myself? I feel out of place. Well, we were just talking about that before you came on here. Oh, thank you for the other like. So I have definitely noticed males especially are feeling this ridiculous emotional twang, so to speak. I always say, and I've been talking about it for weeks, and I know it sounds like my rant, but it's not. Probably you are being affected by Mercury retrograde and the Jupiter and all that that's going on. And it's making you feel definitely emotional and out of place. So if it's been going on for a few weeks, why are you yelling? Jameson is yelling. Feel out of place. It's an interesting question. Oh, as I look at it, I am definitely seeing that you are a little distorted. See, you guys always ask me better questions than anywhere else I ever go. You're definitely working on your path. However, somebody or something got in the way and you're recovering from that event. I don't know if you were cheated on or if someone cheated you, but it feels like I always sneeze when I'm channeling. Sorry I'm touching my nose so much, but you'll be okay. Anyways, so I have the Magician here, which references mastery. Some emotional, the Page of Cups is you being at your emotional core, right? I am seeing taking a break. You need some time to yourself. I have the Hangman here. You got a lot of concerns regarding money. You're taking on too much. Check out, darling, unplug. You too, theme of the day. Anybody that comes into my room and does readings with me will see that we have what I call herd mentality, which is a lot of people having the same issue at the same time or similar questions. It always works out that way. Hello, hello, Mama Nama. How are you? Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for joining me. Are you new here? I don't recognize your name. Thank you for joining us. Stay a while. She's an Aquarius. She says, I want to know if my ex-Taurus still cares about me, Aquarius. I broke up with him because I found out he was bi, but I know he's been dating a chick for almost a year. I want to know what's up. Well, sometimes if someone's a mismatch for you and they're bi, maybe it wasn't meant. But let's see what's going on with him and this chick. Definitely bi. There's your Two of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is a committed relationship that he has with this other individual. Do you regret breaking up with him? Because I see a little bit of regret and I see you waiting and watching. You're still attached to him in a lot of ways. The only thing that you were worried about was you didn't see any change behavior with him. It was all kind of repetition and redundancy. Two of Wands. He's always going to have more than one person on the plate. And even if he's dating a woman, I kind of feel like he's going to have that on the back burner. My apologies. But that's what it looks like, guys. So Mama Nama wants to know, would you please let me know where focus needs to be on this vacation I'm on? Are these lovely people safe to share sacred space with? That's an important question. All right, so she wants to know one more time. Are you safe for her spiritual path? I want to see that star card for you, Mama Nama. I want to see the star card and the temperance card and maybe the justice card, but only because that always brings you back into balance. What we don't want to see is the devil card or the tower card or any of my swords that I don't like. So let's take a look for you, my love, and thank you for staying a while with me. Ooh, so your spiritual path here, the first thing that comes up is strength, reunion, a little bit of bringing you back, which is fine. Success. Definitely pay attention and keep your guard up, okay? Carlos, let me know how you feel your reading went. I see that you are coming out of being a little bit of drama, walking away from some stuff. I'm seeing celebration. I'm seeing, well, this is all emotional stuff. I'm not seeing any danger. This is going to be wonderful for you. I am seeing the 10 of Cups, which is celebration. So definitely interesting. I do see that you're going to be a little fatigued when you get done with this, though. So give yourself some rest afterward. You're going to be, the pace is going to pick up for you while you're there. You're overseas or somewhere on an island. Do you have a male shaman? I'm seeing some really good energy with that. Yeah, you're safe. I don't see anything dangerous coming. Blessings and light to you. I'm hoping that it's not going to be complicated for you. Stay vigilant. Stay safe. Look at that. That's all celebration. Celebration, decision making. Of course, the heartache is coming up for the Three of Swords, and then this is you being in resistance. But the first card that came up for you was, where'd it go? Where'd it go? I wanted to make sure you remembered that part. Well, I don't know where I'm seeing it, but there it is, strength. This is for your greater good, darling, because the strength card all talks about muscle memory. She's in the sea. I like it. She's at the sea. Okay, so the strength card is you about having fortitude and gaining muscle memory, and this is a spiritual exercise. So you're gaining strength through it, and that's the good thing that you're going to see that you're getting out of it. Right on the Oregon coast, full moon ceremony. Oh, yay! New people, you're welcome, Carlos. That's a great card to have. You're doing this for you. I'm next. If I have one more person talk to me about ayahuasca and all of the spiritual paths, stop yelling at people. Why do you feel like you got to talk to people right now? Jameson's over here having a little bit of a fit. You want to open the door? Pardon me, intermission. Regreso. Ven conmigo. Abrir, abrir. Go, go. Let me pour you out there. You know what? This dumbass made me go over there and open the door and didn't go out it. Well, he went out it now, but okay. Anyways, so yeah, she's on YouTube way too often. I needed to stop and unplug this Wednesday. It's a 24-hour just nature. Crystal meditation outside. I also need to tend to avoid problems. Yeah, so Art Souls, you need to disconnect, my love. Yeah, yeah. How are we feeling out there? There's 9 of you in my room. Yay. So let's see. I'm going to look. I'm so cute. What did I do, Stephanie? You're welcome, Carlos. I appreciate it. Share, share, share. Stick around. If you guys want to see what's happening coming up with me, go to my Patreon and subscribe. We have some pretty amazing things coming up. I have fun. Thank you. You really answered me. That was such a gift. Ah, you're welcome. So my Patreon, I have your weekly readings and then the extended readings on the Patreon, but there's going to be other content on there. Our Heart of Dating videos are going to be on there. So you'll be able to hear these crazy, wild conversations that we discussed during our sessions. Some of the radio shows that I'm going to be on coming up here soon, we're going to broadcast on Patreon as well. I'm going to put some backstage views of some of the things that go on over here, and that's going to be fun. I just can't wait. Anyways, Karma on Deck on Patreon. There's going to be some giveaways. I'm giving away my deck to Patreon subscribers coming up, and I'm doing some lessons. So if you go on Patreon, there will be the tarot lessons and how to do different spreads and descriptions of how to learn your deck, what people ask for, and what spreads are best for them. Hello. Hello, Maris. How are you, my love? Thank you for coming on and playing with us. Oh, I got another like. Oh, another person just joined us. This is kind of cool. I'm liking it. Hopefully, money comes in so I can stick around with you guys more. I'm trying to get here more often. She said, hey, boo. That sounds like Cher to me. My girl Cher always calls me boo. So, what do we want to talk about? So Nama, let's say Mama Nama is on the Oregon coast. My God. If I were to do ayahuasca, I want to go to the jungle, but I heard that's beautiful. From my experience, does being a medium sometimes scare you because of different energies? Initially, being a medium used to terrify me. And then I started to do some of my work. And as I progressed a little bit, I started to learn how to not control, but protect myself more. And then I began to explore it. Religiously speaking, I was taught to be afraid of it. Catholic upbringing. And so it was a little terrifying. I have a demon or evil spirit or whatever. And now it's more so like, if you've ever heard of a dowsing rod, hi there. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So I gotta turn this off. So anyways, yeah, now I can recognize danger more so than anything. Or there was a homeless guy that was obviously disturbed, and I wanted to vomit just when I saw him. And so sometimes my body, the higher I vibrate, my body will speak to me And so I don't even really need to wait for subtle images or sounds or signs. Definitely my body will react. If somebody walks in and they're feeling anxiety or they're in a bad way, I can feel it physically in my body, which is a nice tool because it just tells me I'm in alignment. Yeah. It does scare me. I'm actually kind of a little afraid of opening myself to people at times. So yeah, sometimes I can be a little worried, but I have to trust my path, and I keep these little beauties around. So a little bit of bright light protection. And I find that people that come from a lower vibration can't tolerate all of this. And so they just kind of avoid anyway. So it works out. Just different vibrations, different tribes, different levels, different rooms. So yeah, let me take a look at this chat room really quick and see what you guys are talking about. Good job, guys. So yeah, I'm glad for you, Art Souls. Yeah, usually I can feel somebody's anxiety. There's one client that I feel when she sits down, I'm like, oh my God, I just have to burn the sage. And that's okay. That's the space she's at. And we work together well. It just has to do with protection and awareness. You got to be aware. Thank you for all your support. This is fun. Yeah. Well, anyways, if you want an in-depth reading, you can find me at karmaondeck.com and schedule your one-on-one with Karma. Or you can come on to my Patreon. Yeah, you may ask a question. Be as specific as you can. I do use the Mystic Dreamer deck, and I also use the Dragon Tarot. Those are my go-tos. I do have some other pretty amazing ones. One of these days I'll come on here and do a Gilded Reverie spread. This beastie right here, you actually do a grid with it. Speaking of anxiety, yeah, they're at the shop. All my salt scrubs. I'm actually making some more tonight. I can mail them, but they are ridiculously expensive to mail. If you pay the shipping, I'll mail them. So they're $15, but it costs like $7 or $8 to mail them because they're so heavy. And I don't know if you can get here, but I would be happy to send you one. Just email me. Find me on the website if you have to. Will you be able to keep my fertility after surgery? Oh, the caveat, the pregnancy and the timeline ones. Those are difficult to answer. I will attempt for you, my love. Those are really hard to do. Well, you can be friends with me and stick around, Carlos. I've got lots of stuff, and you can ask me any questions that you want. So, oh yeah, Chase. So there are some at the shop right now. If you want the men's one, I think there's a men's one with the lemongrass and the... So what we're talking about, guys, not to be an asshole and just talk around you. So I make salt scrubs. One of the practices that I use is to use a salt scrub for clearing energy. How I describe that is that sage is like Lysol, the bitch be gone, right? And the sage uses... diffuses an energy of a space. So you got to look at yourself in space too, and salt's a neutralizer. So as you have a negative feedback loop with someone or an argument and it goes around and around and around, as a paramedic, I used to keep those little packets in my... No, I'm going to answer your question, Ice. So I would keep the McDonald's packets in my pocket, and those I'd snap the top off and use the salt to wash my hands in between a patient or two. But I make salt scrubs out of coconut oil and sea salt and with essential oils. And you use that as you do like antibacterial soap for yourself to clear your negative energy or an attachment to a person you're having a conversation or an altercation with or whatever. I also use them for ritual cleanses, and I'm not talking Epsom salts. Some people say, well, I took a bath with some Epsom salts. Not quite the same, but salt's a neutralizer, and we use that to cut negative energy, and it's amazing. So let's look and see if Miss Ice here, I don't know how to say the eyes like stars. So what we're looking for is not the conflict, but the result, right? So when we have surgery, it's a little complicated. So what we're going to do is we're going to look and see what, if it's positive, because you're looking for a positive outcome. All right, here we go. This is making me nervous, but I care about you. So we're going to try at least. Whew. costing you money. Wow. I am going to say yes. And let me tell you why. So there's only one card in my deck when I ask pregnancy cards, or that comes up referring to pregnancy. So what I'm seeing is celebration. Okay. I do see this as costing you money, whether it is recovery time or you're going to come back and tell me if this is accurate later. Please stick around. Yeah. Eyes like stars. So I'm seeing 10 of Cups, which is celebration. I'm seeing decision making. This wasn't an easy decision to make. You almost didn't do it. Seeing the 7 of Swords, which is, I don't know how that applies, but I do feel like you're not going to have an answer right away. And that's what's going to make it difficult, is because you are not going to hear news of that right away. It's something you have to wait for. So this is my Snow White card. You can't hear from Snow White until she's ready. But it definitely feels like a split decision. Beyond this, though, we have the Queen of Cups and the Empress, who's pregnant. So I'm going to have to say yes. Ooh, we could play with the pendulum and see if it gives a confirmation of a yes. Even though it was sketchy earlier. Little asshole pendulum. Okay, eyes like stars. Is she going to maintain her fertility? For those of you that were here earlier, take a look at that. What is it saying, guys? It's saying a strong yes. Can you see it? All right. I like it. Hi, Linda. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Oh, I got another like. I'm excited. This is fun. Now that I have all my equipment ready, you're going to have me a little bit more often, my loves. Did you see that, Art Souls? Were you rooting for her? It's a big yes. Yay! Isn't that fun? That's a shit ton of fun. Oh, man. Were we all holding our breath? You're welcome. Reach out to me at karmaondeck if you guys want .com if you guys want your one-on-one. Am I still open for questions? Yes, and welcome. Like and share. Ooh, I got another like. I'm making friends. Yes, and if anybody wants a one-on-one video reading with me, just let me know and we will get you hooked up. Or come see me at Karma Connection in Las Vegas like Chase is doing. I'm glad to see you on here. So Chase, I'm pretty sure I know who that is. So let me see what Linda has to say. Well, that was fun. I'm enjoying exploring with my pendulum. Oops. So let me just close these. Like and subscribe. You should have a session using the pendulum. I can use the pendulum. I can use it. I could use it for whoever asks. There's a lot of people that go on YouTube and just watch the pendulum sessions. So how does my ex Perrier feel about me? Will he reach out this month or never? We're both Capricorns. Well, Linda, can you tweak that just a little bit for me? Ooh, Carlos, I've got that answer. How does my ex feel about me? Will he reach out or never? Okay, so that's not a question, that's a couple, and they're maybes. Will he, won't he, maybe, how does he feel about me? I need one solid question to be able to handle that for you. So how do you manifest more? Okay, Carlos, if you go on my YouTube and you rewind about a week or two, I posted a video, and on my Patreon, I posted just before I started doing readings tonight about me dancing with this fool over here. I turned on this song and I just jump up and down and I boogie and I dance, and gratefulness is the first thing that comes to manifesting more and better. And the second thing is to look at every single breakdown as a clearing space. So as you clear that energy, you're making room for new energy. So the universe does that to us. And I always say this. I always say that if you're not listening carefully, and you're not paying attention to the subtle signs, and you're not giving spirit room to work with you because you're being stubborn or too busy and not making quiet space to hear, that you will be tapped, then slapped, then shoved, right? So if you hear a whisper and you don't make space enough to hear it because your room is too loud, then you ultimately will have it get smacked over the head, right? So what happens with that is, I'm gonna dance all the time. So what happens is, if any of you watched Final Destination, if you remember the guy just standing there talking shit on the sidewalk, and then he steps off and pow, he gets hit by a bus. Don't let the universe be your bus. Start flowing with it a little more. And don't be rigid. Don't make a decision that the one way that you have money coming in is the only way. Start thinking of, here's my favorite coaching advice. So when you play with abundance energy, see, my posture went straight up as soon as I went into coaching mode. So now I'm in charge. So anyways, so Carlos, abundance energy, is a full space, right? So if you look at the parts, that's a limiting space. So the mechanism is not important. So if you look at only the mechanism, I'm going to work at AMR Las Vegas and be a paramedic, and I am going to work 40 hours a week or 59 or whatever. That by this much an hour, that is a certain amount. That's a mechanism. So if you start focusing on the outcome, we call that an NLP, a well-formed outcome, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like, who's involved, where it's at. So if you want a house, you want to think of what kind of house and where it's at. I don't want you to think about how you're going to pay for it, how much it's going to cost, how you're going to get there, what the down payment's going to be like. What you want to look at is, I want this thing. And you got to imagine everything conspiring to get it for you, and let the universe surprise you. That's the biggest thing. I didn't know how this was going to happen, and here it is. I didn't pay for this. I allowed myself to think that the outcome of what I wanted to create was more important than me making it happen. And you will get support and maybe even surprises. Like, I have 2 pieces of paper over there to fill out. Someone texted me and said unclaimed property, both in Utah and New York. So I get to look and see where money is sitting for me. So start looking at that. And that's not just money, right? Manifesting love. And the other thing is emptying your space. So in love, you can't really move on unless you've let go of your past. So if you're kind of still seeing someone and it's just sketchy and edgy, and you don't really have a clear decision on whether you want to progress with that individual, what ends up happening is now that spot is taken up by someone else. So you don't have any room to fill with a new individual. So yeah, manifesting a little bit more is clearing your space, clear intention, and trust. Did that help you? Okay, so let me see. Linda's asking, how does he feel about me? Okay, Linda, that's a little clearer, and you have that background stuff going on. So thank you for the likes. So the background stuff that's going on the to the question, if it shows up, we'll address that. Thank you for your being patient and not leaving and letting me go into this. So she said, what are his feelings for me? That's an interesting question. So the first thing, my love, so this is for Linda. So the first thing that I see here is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is emotional. This has definitely not been easy for you. Is he out of the country or out of the state or by water at all? Just curious. Why do I feel like this individual wants to reach back out to you? Because I do feel like you had a lot going for you. I see him waiting to hear from you. And he's definitely afraid. I do feel like he feels like you were perfect and that things were great. This is my Disneyland card. Oftentimes when I get that, it means that things were either perfect or felt like they were too good. And what we do is we watch for the other shoe to drop. I see defensiveness. So underlying that relationship, if you pick apart the reading, we have celebration here, or this is the 10 of Cups, which means perfection. I always call it Disneyland because nothing's perfect, but this card implies that it is. So the other thing I want to pull into that is the fear card, is the moon. So she said, I won't reach out to him. Be humble if you want it. So I have the moon card, which is fear. King of Pentacles, him working too hard. This is him waiting for you. There's that money component. I feel like you guys will talk to each other before the end of summer. Don't reach out to him now. It's Mercury and Jupiter and a shit show, so leave it on the table. Anyways, you're very welcome, Carlos. Did that help you? You guys are so fun. Well, I've been on here almost an hour. Does anybody else want to play? Anybody have a pendulum question since you enjoyed it so much? I wish I could turn the radio on and let you hear this because I jam when I'm reading. If I can't have my brain, I got a complaint. Well, I asked some of my loves that support me what they thought I could do better, and they said you talk really fast. And that's just me. I'm an NLP practitioner, and we talk about what your internal representation system is. And I just am visual, and I process information visually first. I'm a reader. I have to read and digest. So I talk fast so I can get you to catch up with what I see. I do practice at talking a little slower. You're welcome, Linda. If you want an in-depth reading, you can find me at karmaondeck.com. So yeah, I do talk fast. My apologies. And I know I get distracted, but that's the medic in me too. I always have to pay attention to everything. So Nelmaris Rivera, I want to ask a question. Will I get a promotion? More moolah. So for that one, we're going to use the other deck. Are we going to play with the pendulum? Or am I doing a reading? Did we say we wanted a pendulum? I could do both. Let's just for fun, let's do the pendulum first, and then we'll unpack it with the reading and see if it's accurate, shall we? Yeah. This is where I like the Facebook one because you get the little heart thingies when you're doing right. Okay, Nelmaris, will you get a promotion? Are you ready, guys? Whichever. We're going to do both. Yeah. Can you see it, guys? Look at. Yoo-hoo! Look at that strong yes, guys. Can you see it? Cool. Damn. All right, let's take a look. So this is the deck. The Dragon Tarot is the deck that I use. Hi, boy. Why are you wiggling so much? Stop pushing my desk. Stop. Are we seeing yes? Wow, you can. I'm trying to keep my fingers still, but whatever. Okay. I didn't realize you could see all of that. That's so awesome. Okay, so let's take a look. Did you do it? So Nelmaris, I'm seeing the Fool card, which is all opportunities for you, okay? And then the King of Wands right there, that means upgrading in money and work. Do you travel for work? I'm curious because I see you somewhere new. Girl, you got a lot of energy, anxiety here, and stress. Stop it. You're definitely not going anywhere, but I see the Ace of Cups, which is reward. And then I have the King of Wands, so that's going to be a yes. You know what? And the Six of Wands, which is victory. I'm not messing with you right now. All right, guys, that was really fun. An hour. I did an hour with no technical difficulties. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to put a link here for Patreon. I really think you guys would enjoy it. I'm going to post all the other videos and the extended readings and some other fun content that you'll get to enjoy that are a little sneak peek into my world. So let me know if you want to join me on that, and I'll put the link on here. If you want a one-on-one with me, come find me at karmaondeck.com and come play. And also, yeah, Karma Steele and Travis Hart on Facebook. We're going to be doing the Heart of Dating, where we're going to talk about dating in 2019. We're going to be broadcasting that right here on YouTube. And we're going to have all that content posted on Patreon as well. I'm doing a radio. Oh my God, I didn't tell you guys about the radio show. So I made a connection in the Uber the other day, and she said, I love what you're doing. and I can't wait to support you, and I want to put you on my radio show. And there we go. So I'm going to be letting you guys see that live when I do it, because I am a life coach, and my women's empowerment coaching dinner is called Divine Intervention. And yeah, we're going to be featuring some of that stuff. So stick around, like, share, and yeah, come find me on the other social media platforms. I so love you guys. Blessings. Get through Mercury. It's not quite over, but we're going to make it. And I'll help you. I'm going to go finish the rest of your readings, guys, and get those published for you. Meantime, thank you so much for your support. Like and share, subscribe, hang out, and yeah, come be my tribe. Thank you, guys. See you next week. No, tomorrow. I'm going to do this tomorrow. The readings are for next week. Bye.